Hello everyone, my name is Raghavendra. I live in Bangalore and I am a passionate cricket follower, and I'm also a technologist who's been working in the IT industry for about 29 years. Of late, I've been fascinated with the technology of AI, artificial intelligence, large language models, LLMs, and retrieved augmented generation, RAG as it's been called as. So my interest in cricket took me to Twitter, where I follow a whole lot of the authors who are kind of putting in incredibly interesting tweets. Prominent among them Abhishek, Spandan, Vijay, Pranav, and lot more. And thanks to them, I've been able to learn a lot of more details and trivia about cricket. So what I did is to pull a bunch of tweets, about 272 tweets from these wonderful people on Twitter. Thank you very much, friends. Um, Manually, I did not have or use any API or any other way of pulling the data, because Twitter, after Elon Musk has taken over, has kind of restricted the tweet access via the free tier. But nevertheless, I kind of pulled some of these tweets, I processed them. There's a pre-process step to identify a whole lot of entities in terms of people, in terms of players and places, etc. The idea was to kind of use technology like MistralAI. I'm using the free tier, the $5 one that they offer. LangChain gives a lot of infrastructure support to kind of easily build LLMs and or use LLM technology and use RAG very well. I used HuggingFace instead of Mistral for the embeddings, because Mistral's embeddings will cost me um, a lot of tokens and will ultimately mean I'm burning out the limited $5 amount that I have. So HuggingFace was a better option uh, from a cost perspective, and Streamlit is the UI that I'm using, because it's easily able to put up a UI and work with it, right? Though it is not as broadly used as React.js or etc. Now let's forget about technology. Let's talk about cricket. I wanted to build a word cloud here on the kind of players who have been covered in the tweets. The bigger the font, like Sanat or Srinath, means they've been covered more often in those 272 tweets that we have. Instead of the regular word cloud, I used the image of a cricket batter and a ball. Unfortunate and very nicely, Sanat Jayasuriya's name goes in the bat where the ball is being hit. Um, yeah, let's see what features I have built. Um, there are two features that I have where I can create a new chat, and I can ask questions based on those tweets to the RAG and the LLM piece that I have behind, built in Python, so that it will emit some answers. We'll check out that. I also have a way in which I have saved some of the tweets, or not the tweets, sorry, the chats or the conversation that I have. And let's start with that. So yesterday I created a chat about Javagal Srinath, and there's a little bit of a mention about that here. It kind of, I use a simple summarization model to get a summary of the topic. If not, I needed to kind of handcraft um, a name for the chat. So this is like the name for the chat that I'm giving. So I asked this question, and it kind of gave me a whole bunch of answers about Javagal Srinath. It acknowledged the fact that Abhishek has been tweeting about it. It also gives us his Twitter handle. Um, I asked it about Srinath's domestic figures, so it threw in some numbers there. I asked it about the batters or the batsmen who were dismissed by Srinath. It kind of gave me that. So likewise, there are a bunch of other things that I've done about Jayasuriya, about Kalis, about Saurav Ganguly, Anderson, who retired recently. There's a lot of information that is there. Um, so let's go here and ask it something about Sachin Tendulkar or Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it kind of emits a decent amount of information. You see that it's running, it's doing some activity in the background. Let's see what it emits. So it says a few interesting details. Sachin Tendulkar, as we know, has the most number of runs, but it also says that scored more test centuries than Gavaskar or Jayasuriya during a specific period. 30th test century in his 99th test. I think these are some of the trivia that are posted by our wonderful friends on Twitter, and a lot of these details. So let me ask it some more questions. I hope there is data about this. I have not kind of looked into the data. So it says it does not have that kind of information. So I asked it another question about the partnerships. So it says had several successful partnerships. However, the thing does not mention about them. It talks about Saurav Ganguly's thing. So let me save this conversation. Right, it saves it. I'll go back to load chat. Now there is a mention of Sachin here. So whatever we ask the bot is available here. Let's ask it one more thing about one of the other players that is covered. Let's look at it. So Amla, let's ask him about Amla. So I asked it a question about Amla, and it says that it was posted by Spandan Roy at the rate of Sports 45 on 11th October 23. I do not know if there is a full name mentioned about Amla. So it says it doesn't have it, but it also tells me that his full name is Hashim Amla based on the general knowledge. Now, I do not know where it's acquiring this general knowledge because I've not connected it to any other external source. So I'm asking it a slightly different question about a South African cricketer. So it kind of brings in Kevin Peterson into the conversation. So I'm asking it something about Kevin Peterson and some trivia about him. Let's see what it emits right now. Good. It has a decent amount of good data that it brings in. It also kind of aligns it in a good way. Let me save this conversation, go back here. So we kind of had it about Amla, but we also added Kevin Peterson here. So like you see, there is a decent amount of data that is there, and it is able to kind of do a bit of a chat. So I would like to kind of thank the tweet authors mentioned here for their support. I also would want to talk about what are the next things for me. I mean, I'm ambitious. I would like to see a way in which I can save this as a PDF. If I don't like a chat, I would like to delete it, maybe post to directly to Twitter as an image of this chat, or directly the data and quote the author of this or the authors of this to see if the users of this will be able to give a rating for my for this tweet and improve it. As a disclaimer, this is just for my learning purpose, and the data that I scrape from Twitter is not going to be used anywhere. for commercial purposes. Having said this, I thank you for watching this and supporting me. Thank you.